special coverage as we get ready for the big wedding, of course, on Friday, Will and Kate. Well, last Friday, Barbara Walters had an exclusive interview with Elton John, and we saw for the first time on television his beautiful baby boy, Zachary. And of course, Barbara talked to Elton John about coming to the royal wedding and so much more, one of the rare guests.
Well, there are very few celebrities who have been invited to the royal wedding. Elton John and David Furnish, Victoria Beckham and David Beckham, and Madonna's ex-husband, movie director Guy Ritchie. And even though Elton is very happy about being invited, he was so close to Princess Diana, he is not too happy, as you will hear, with some of the British press, and they won't be too happy with him. You two are invited by Prince William and Kate, who's now been called Catherine. You were such a close friend of Princess Diana's. When you see them walking down the aisle, what do you think you're going to feel?
Great joy, because the last time we were in Westminster Abbey, my heart sank when I saw those two boys walking behind the coffin. I thought that was the hardest thing. I can't imagine at that young age having to walk in the public following your mother's coffin. And the next time we're in the Abbey, it's to see him walking up the aisle with a beautiful woman and the love of his life. And I think it's the most joyous result, and I'm sure Diana would be very, very happy about it. I don't know, we're very surprised to be invited. I've only met William and Harry. We've met them twice. Well, he's met them more than I have, and I met them backstage at Wembley Stadium when I did the benefit concert.
You sang?
Memorial. Yeah.
Yes, well, you sang at the funeral.
Yeah.
At the memorial.
Goodbye, England's rose. May you ever grow in our hearts. You are the grace that placed yourselves.
We were surprised to be invited, but I'm very glad to be invited, because I think it's going to be a very joyous day, and I think that she would be very happy with his choice. She seems such a great girl, and they seem so much in love.
You've met William. What's he like?
He's charming. He is charming, confident, very down to earth. Has a little bit of his mother's sense of humor. Likes a bit of a laugh, and striking resemblance to his mother when you look into his eyes. Really rather startling when you get that certain angle. But he's a lovely man.
It's going to be a great day, huh?
Yeah, fantastic day.
I hope they have the most wonderful day, and I hope everyone celebrates for them, whether they just agree with the monarchy or not. It's about two people falling in love, and getting into a situation, for her especially, where it's going to be the most difficult life. I mean, let's face it, we know what that kind of marriage entails, and the press never leave you alone, the courtiers. I admire her for going through with it.
And we know what it did to Diana.
Yes, it starts here. I mean, enjoy it while you can, because it's going to be. The press are going to give you a bumpy ride. They're going to love you. They're going to hate you. I just hope they love each other enough to stay away from all that. There's one thing in the world. If I could, get rid of, is that negativity in the British press, and that hatefulness, that horrible, nastiness that we have pervades our British media. And I'm sorry we have it, but we do. And we have to live with it, because it's a great country. But it's one thing about Britain that sucks. Yeah, it is a fairy tale thing, and people criticize it and say we're making too much of it. But it's about love, and in this day and age, anything that's about love and positivity is a welcome relief from what's going on in the world.
As always, Elton John, very open, speaking his mind, being honest.
Yeah, he does. He always has been. And you know what? So far he's right, because this is this morning's newspaper that says, can you see it? Furor over the royal wedding guest list. And what the complaints are is that people who have been invited by the Queen, for example, the Saudi Arabian ambassador, the Crown Prince of Bahrain just said he will not be coming. The King of Swaziland is coming. There's objection to that. These are people who have been against human rights. So, not too happy about that. On the other hand, the Middletons have invited their postman, their butcher, their yoga teacher,
right,
and the pub owner. So that's called democracy.
Yeah, it's a real contrast, and it is a good blend of all the worlds coming together like that.
Well, you have the heads of different royal families from all over the world. Okay, that's the royal side. They're going to be sitting on the right of Westminster Abbey. And on the left are the Middletons, their family, and some of the people close to them. I think it's terrific.
And we're going to be Kensington Palace tomorrow. We're going to be live there, the two of us, going behind the scenes. That's where Diana lived.
That's where Diana lived, and I knew Diana.
I know.
I don't want to, I don't want to hardly name drop, but I visited her there. I had lunch with her. I'll show some of her letters. And I remember that the living room was yellow, and I wore a yellow dress. And I thought, how smart.
You blended right in.
You couldn't find me in the room.
No, and also we have to keep in mind that was a childhood home of Prince William and Prince Harry. They lived there as children.
That's right. They lived, obviously, when she was married to Prince Charles, and even after the divorce, they lived with her.
Right. So I'll tell you what. I'll be nice and give you the rest of the morning off, and I'll see you bright and early
Oh,
at
darling,
Kensington
thank you.
Palace.
I can practice my accent. Thank you so much.
You do it so well. Thank you, Barbara. So again, we will be live behind the scenes at Kensington Palace tomorrow.